Emma, a bright 16-year-old student, walked into school wearing a simple black blouse and jeans. She never expected it to be a problem, but by lunchtime, her name was called over the intercom. The principal's office felt cold as Mr. Gray stared at her outfit. "You've violated the dress code," he said sternly. Emma was shocked. "Sir, I'm dressed modestly. How is this against the rules?" He pointed to the handbook. No ribbed jeans, no sleeveless blouses. Her jeans had the faintest tear at the knee, barely noticeable. "This is ridiculous," Emma whispered. But Mr. Gray wasn't moved. By the end of the day, she was suspended for 3 days. When she left the office, whispers followed her. Some students snickered while others looked outraged. Emma's best friend Mia hugged her. "This isn't fair. We're going to fight this." Emma didn't know what Mia meant yet, but something inside her burned. She wasn't just embarrassed, she was angry. That night, Emma sat on her bed scrolling through her phone. To her surprise, Mia had already posted about what happened. "My friend got suspended for wearing jeans. This is unfair." The post exploded. Dozens of students commented, sharing their own stories about being punished for tiny dress code violations. "Girls get sent home way more than boys." One wrote, "My brother wore ribbed jeans and no one cared." Another added, Emma's heart raced as notifications flooded in. Soon, parents, older students, even alumni chimed in. "By morning, #StandWithEmma was trending locally. When she walked back to school to collect her suspension slip, she froze. Outside the gates, dozens of students stood holding handmade signs. "Fairness, not fashion police, and education first." Emma's hands trembled. She never imagined her small punishment would spark something bigger. The following day, hundreds of students staged a peaceful protest. They all came to school wearing jeans ripped, faded, patched, or plain. Even some teachers wore denim in quiet solidarity. The administration panicked. Mr. Gray marched out, furious. "This behavior is unacceptable," he shouted. But the students stood together, silent yet powerful. Local reporters arrived, cameras flashing. Emma felt overwhelmed as microphones were pushed toward her. "I'm not trying to break rules," she said. "I just want fairness. Students shouldn't be punished for clothing that doesn't hurt anyone." The clip went viral online. Strangers from other cities sent messages of support. One comment read, "This girl is braver than most adults. She stood up for what's right." Emma, who had once been just another quiet student, was now the face of a movement she hadn't planned. But deep down, she knew she couldn't back down now. The school board held an emergency meeting. The pressure was undeniable. Parents, students, and media were demanding answers. Emma was invited to speak. Her knees shook as she stood before the panel. "Education should matter more than jeans," she said firmly. "The dress code is applied unfairly, and it punishes students, especially girls, for harmless choices." There was silence. Then applause broke out from the crowd. Mr. Gray shifted uncomfortably in his seat, realizing his decision had backfired. The board announced they would review the policy immediately. Meanwhile, Emma's suspension was lifted, and her record cleared. When she walked out of the meeting, dozens of students cheered. Mia grinned. "Told you we'd fight this." Emma laughed nervously, tears in her eyes. She had never felt so seen or so powerful. Weeks later, the school officially updated its dress code. The new rules were simple. As long as clothing was safe and not offensive, it was acceptable. No more suspensions over minor details. Emma's story had sparked a bigger conversation about fairness in schools everywhere. Articles called her the student who changed the rules. But to Emma, the real victory was seeing students walk into class comfortable, confident, and focused on learning, not afraid of being punished for their clothes. One afternoon, Mr. Gray approached her quietly. "Emma," he said, his voice softer than she'd ever heard, "you reminded us that rules should serve students, not hurt them. I may not admit it often, but you were right." Emma smiled. She hadn't just changed a rule, she had changed a mindset, and sometimes that was more powerful than any suspension.